When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. To master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the free sky's the limit. me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? Huh? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80
Oh my god. Just accidentally fucking.
Alright, man. What is going on, guys? How's it going? See, we got some of you guys in the chat. How's it going, Logan, Durante? How's it going, guys? Yeah, man. Yeah, I guess let's hop right into the intro, man, before we get into this Gresham story. Yeah, man, what is going on, guys? We're back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. This is episode 120 of the news, man. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. Speaking about this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, if you guys did miss that, is WWE, or was Triple H's first night as head of creative a step in the right direction for the WWE? That is episode 101 of Unscripted. If you guys did miss that, you can now watch that on all platforms: Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us 10:15 or whatever time 15 minutes after Raw is in your time zone for Notorious Unscripted, man. So, yeah, man. Also, this is your first time, Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you can now get this on bonfire.com, man. The link is at the top of the description of this video, or just go to either my or Sir K's social medias, and it is in the Notorious Heels podcast link tree, which, like I said, you can find at the bios and both of our social media pages, man. So, yes, you have the Notorious Heel Skyline shirt at the bottom right. You got the Chicago flag shirt top left. You got the Riddler inspired, the IWC's Best Kept Secret shirt. You got the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC, the Biggie inspired shirt. And in the middle, you got the base Notorious Heels podcast logo design. So, all fire ass shirts. And if you have not picked them up, you guys can now find those in the link to the description of this video, man. So, with that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the hosts of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out and just waiting for this weekend, bro. And it's here, and it's gonna be fun as hell, man. So I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good, and like Durante asked, how's family? How's life? Life's good, man. Family's been good. What about you, Durante? Everyone else in the chat? What about you, bro? How have you been?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. Durante put in the comments, I'm waiting for the swerve of Vince McMahon retiring. I said the same thing on Monday. I said on Monday, I'm still waiting for the rug to be swept out from under us. Like,
it didn't hit yet. It still hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, I think it will really hit once we kind of see Triple H transform it. And
exactly.
I think it will hit when it might hit tomorrow. It might hit tomorrow for SummerSlam. Like, holy fuck, this is different. But I wouldn't put money on that. What I will say, by Mania time, or even maybe Royal Rumble, once that card starts shaping out, I think it will. But yeah, as Durante always asks, man, how's life and how's the family, man? Life is good, bro. Life is good. Family's good as always. But yeah, man. Yeah. So yes. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know when it will hit, but it's different, bro. It's different. It's like I keep saying that. I said this last Friday and I said it on Monday, man. Like I'm waiting. Like what's the catch here? Like because we've been watching the shitty product for so long. It's like
Literally, it's
just
so unreal.
exactly to go from that to a point where mentally I was like, this company's never
Checked
gonna
out.
fucking change, and this guy's probably gonna fucking live till he's like 98. You know,
Mhm.
to go from now he's not there, and I was hearing he resigned, so like he couldn't come back or something like that, or at least come back to that position. Um, it's just wild, but I'm
It's
still
just
waiting for the
nuts.
catch. But it's kind of one of those things. We always said this with the eventual day of Triple H possibly taking over. I was even at the point mentally where
I didn't think it was
I
gonna
didn't
happen.
I didn't think he was gonna get it, but
No, I really didn't.
it's truly wild, bro. Because even with this hush money scandal, it's like I thought he was just gonna get out of this unscathed. So the fact that
Same.
he's just not there anymore is still just wild to me. But
It's just unreal. It really
yeah,
is, bro.
but yeah. I mean, we got some exciting news for Triple H and his new position. We're gonna save that for the end as we transition into our SummerSlam predictions. So we're
Mhm.
gonna start it off with some of this AEW stuff. We're gonna start it off
Oh
with
yeah.
some of this AEW stuff, or in this case, AEW / ROH stuff. Um, Jonathan Gresham, former Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham, has asked for his release from AEW / ROH and cussed
Fuck.
out Tony Khan, according to Fightful Select. Also, piece of side news, I didn't put this in here, but the Briscoes are officially signed to long-term deals with Ring of Honor, and
Oh,
it looks
okay.
like
Cool.
Gresham might have been too. But yes, Tony Khan did reveal. I got clickbaited so fucking hard, dude. I was just scrolling around on YouTube the other night, and I seen this video titled Tony Khan Tony Khan announces two major surprise signings. And
Motherfucker.
immediately the two guys that come to my head are coincidentally my two favorite wrestlers that aren't active right now, Johnny and
Literally.
Wyndham. So I'm like, oh shit.
Oh
And I
shit.
clicked on the video, and I mean, it was the Briscoes, but I mean, it was still exciting, but I was like, damn.
God
But
damn. They really did it.
yes, oh bro, I got clickbaited so fucking hard, man.
Damn.
I was genuinely upset about that. But yes, Jonathan Gresham asked for his Ring of Honor / AEW release and cussed out Tony Khan. The issue seems to stem from there being a lack of communication between Gresham and the company, which Gresham felt disrespected by. The lack of time for the ROH World Championship match was apparently the tipping point. After the Death Before Dishonor show, Gresham was able to secure a meeting with TK where he told him about his frustrations and cussed him out. At this point, Gresham is said to be done with wrestling for the foreseeable future. After this month, we were also told that Gresham came to the ring without his mask so he could see everything clearly for what could potentially be his last match.
Bro on his Leo Rush arc.
Yeah. Seriously. Uh, man. And then there's also some new news, or not new news, but came out yesterday, man, that Jonathan Gresham is no longer a part, shocker, no longer a part of future AEW and Ring of Honor plans. Jonathan, oh, okay. I was looking for the source. According to Sean Ross Sapp, behind Fightful's paywall, Gresham is no longer a part of any future plans in AEW and ROH after asking for his release. However, it was added that no bridges have been burnt after Gresham had a heated argument with Tony Khan after his match against Claudio Gresham does not figure into AEW/ROH creative plans as of now. After asking for his release, the situation was confirmed by both sides as getting heated privately. However, we were told from the AEW side of things they were happy with how the match between Gresham and Claudio came off, and many respected the professionalism of him continuing with the match. Despite the heated nature of the conversation, it did not appear that any bridges were burned. We also have yet to get a confirmation that a release was granted. Did you hear the reason, or did you hear one of the things that Gresham had mentioned to Tony Khan while he was cussing him out?
What did he mention?
He mentioned his ranking on the PWI top 500.
Oh my god.
I can just
Bro.
imagine. You better check your source, man. I'm in the magazine.
What the fuck, you fucking loser. You
Oh,
fucking
man.
virgin. I'll look at my fucking ranking in the PWI magazine. You know we fucking read that shit. Who the fuck cares? You fucking loser. Oh my god. Man, if I was TK, I would start laughing, bruh.
I
Like,
would
bro,
have,
what the hell
bro.
are you talking about?
You know how whack those fucking. You know how.
You know,
I mean, if he was ranked high, I'm sure it was for good reason because
For a
he's
reason.
great, man. But good
Like,
lord,
don't
I could
bring
just
that up.
like, dude, don't get
That shit
man.
lame.
You better read that fucking magazine.
That's like
I'm
fucking
ranked.
arguing your overall in the fucking base game. Yeah, bro, I'm a 92 overall in the game off the gate. And like,
Oh, God.
bro, what? You fucking loser? That doesn't fucking mean anything. Bro, come on.
Bro,
Don't bring that up. That's
that
sad.
genuinely made me laugh. I seen this article right here. I got it pulled up.
Bro.
It says Jonathan Gresham's confrontation with Tony Khan brought ugly and unprofessional vibe backstage. So I clicked on it to see what it was talking about, and I don't know why this article is titled this, because
Yeah, it's a weird
the
title.
main emphasis of the article is one version of the story making the rounds is Gresham cursed out Khan. Another story talents are sharing includes that Gresham used his ranking in the PWI the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine PWI 500 list as an argument as to why he should be presented better.
And people call TK the fucking mark. That is the most mark fucking thing you could do.
I said what?
PWI rating. You fucking mark. Get the fuck out of my office. Get the hell out of here, bro. Bro, I wish I was TK in that situation. I would start busting up laughing.
I love Gresham being a mark, but what the fuck, bro?
Like, bro, that's
What?
like next level. Like, even I wouldn't bring something like that up.
Oh,
That
man.
lame petty ass shit, bro. What? That shit don't matter. Come on, bro. Come on, you can
God,
do better than
man.
that, Gresham. Don't do that. Don't stoop that far. On my PWI ranking. Even fucking Omega
man.
shrugs that shit off.
I know.
And he-
Seriously, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, man. So one of the main things in here was Gresham wants to be presented better, and one of my things here, so this story here of Gresham no longer being a part of AEW and ROH future plans, dude, he was never involved in anything. So like, he like, I get both sides of it.
Yeah.
I get why Tony Khan maybe wanted to, explore the options of finding a new world champion and Claudio, because
Get some eyes.
Yeah, to get some eyes on ROH, you want to make Blackpool Combat Club look like killers. You want to make them look like the absolute best faction in professional wrestling at the moment. So you have Mox as the AEW champ, Yuta as the pure champ, and Claudio as the ROH world champ. And then at the end of the show, they teased going after FTR for the tag titles. So, and then Danielson doesn't really need a belt if you ask me, but I mean the trios titles, we're gonna get onto that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So So
They got
fucking
options,
finally.
bro.
So,
Fuck
you
it.
know, I understand why Tony Khan wanted to kind of hot shot the title onto Claudio.
I get it.
And also is kind of a fuck you to the people that never believed in him as a world champ.
Exactly.
But saying that Gresham no longer factors into AEW and ROH plans, dude, they have a pay-per-view every couple months. There's no fucking TV for it. You know, this is why I was pulling for. I mean, we went to Forbidden Door and it was a blast, but when they announced it, I would have rather had a fucking TV deal because, or a streaming network deal rather, because, ROH could work like NXT used to work on the WWE network. You can watch AEW on television, but here's this kind of sub brand kind of what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Kind of this developmental, but not developmental, but it resembles something of developmental, but pretty much literally kind of here's your little super indie that you can watch
on the
for
side.
exactly for the more hardcore of fans. So, you know, this is why I was pushing for this type of shit, because this is Gresham kind of has every reason to be upset, but I also understand Tony Khan's side of it as well. I understand why he wanted to take the title off Gresham. And I understand why he wanted to have FTR and the Briscoes main event, which I'm sure costed those guys a lot of time in their match, because Gresham's great. We all love Jonathan Gresham, but he's not. He's not Wheeler Yuta, who's the pure champ, and Samoa Joe, who's the TV champ, is on TV more than he is. And it's like, okay, if that's a problem, what is taking so long with an ROH deal? What it doesn't. So I understand. I understand his frustration in that sense, because you're the world champion, and the mid-card or kind of championships are being featured on TV more than the world championship, and the guy who holds the world championship is featured on TV little to none, and if it is, it's on Rampage, but who the fuck watches Rampage nowadays? So
I fucking don't.
yeah, I mean, and then you know, I understand maybe some of his creative frustrations. Not that any of his creative frustrations are Tony Khan's fault, because I know they just put him in Tully Blanchard's group. But then I heard Tully Blanchard no-showed Death Before Dishonor.
Yeah, I heard Tully quit.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just a mess. It's just a fucking mess. And I mean, that's not Tony Khan's fault, but like, dude, if you know it's going to be a while before you get an ROH deal, because you know Tony Khan knows the answer to these questions.
Exactly.
He knows, if you know it's not going to be for a while, get the world champion on TV more, man. I mean, it's just plain and simple, man. But I mean, I do understand why Tony Khan wanted to take the belt off of him, but I could also see why he felt slighted as a world champ as well.
Exactly, because he wasn't even put on TV as a world champ, and I get all the frustrations he has, man. So it's just one of those situations where it just sucks for everybody. Just situational, and you hate to see it, man. But even like him putting the title on Cesaro is like why he put Jericho as first world champ. New company, new eyes. When old wrestling fans will look at that, oh, Chris Jericho, I know him. He was always good. Let me check this out. Let me see how he is. Let me see how this new company is.
And you know, sorry to interrupt, but
No, you're good.
I mentioned this when Claudio debuted on, I believe it was the Forbidden Door review. No matter how many people want to see Claudio in the main event of AEW, he's a supporting member of the roster. He's not going to be a big guy, but like, he's not going to be able to have these main event dream matches in AEW. So, as a substitute to that, why don't you just have
Mhm.
him in
Yeah,
these
but
main
something
event
smaller.
roles where he can have dream matches in Ring of Honor? That's perfect for him. It's a perfect
Exactly.
role for him.
It really is. That's like the best thing to do with Cesaro, man. So, it's unnecessary negative that had to happen, but it just sucks for everybody, bro. It sucks for Gresham. I do understand where he's coming from, man. I could see why he feels like pissed and disrespected, and I understand why Tony Khan, made that creative decision, man. And I just hope it all works out in the end. And I do like to hear that there's really no bridges burned. Even Gresham cursed the hell out of Tony Khan, but Tony Khan's not one of those guys to be petty like that. Not in a company way. Like he'll be petty on Twitter. He'll we all know what the fucking the fuck was her name?
Big
Um,
Swole.
Big Swole. We all know that shit, bruh.
Big
His
Swole was
ass
ass. Now watch Rampage. It's pretty
brilliant.
much what he said, bruh.
But like basically. But in company wise, Tony Khan's really not that petty. So he knows where the money is. He knows people like Gresham. He's a big part of ROH. A lot of ROH fans love Gresham. So that bridge isn't burned for Gresham, bruh. Unless he did some crazy ass shit, which I don't think he did. I think it was just being heated, man. He got heated. He's passionate about the business. He's a mark. Fucking obviously bringing up the
Bring up his
PWI
fucking
fucking
PWI
rankings.
ranking.
Fucking mark. So yeah, this gets to him, man. He cares a lot about this. So I understand where his frustrations are. It's just one of those situations that just sucks for everybody, and I hope it works out in the end for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, bro. Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things, dude, where I look at it and I always say, just because my mind has just been wired this way, because I've just been a fan of WWE my whole life, pretty much.
Hmm.
Like, I love hearing that no bridges were burned, because my mind immediately flocks to, what would Vince McMahon do if
Oh,
somebody cursed him out? So I
here we go.
love to hear that Tony Khan understood where he's coming from, because some of the shit he said was most likely true.
Yeah, you know it.
It's just, and that's the thing. I kind of think a lot of people tried to kind of spin it as saying that Gresham was unhappy he lost to Claudio.
No,
I don't think that was the case. I think
no.
I think a lot of people tried to spin it that way.
It's
I don't
just
think
the
that was the
win
case. I
that
think
got.
it was. I mean, you read it here, man. It's the time that the match
Hmm.
got, and it's how he was represented while he was ROH World Champ. So I don't really think it had anything to do with losing to Claudio, more of just being disrespected as a world champ. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what opened the show. I kind of tuned in a little late, but I do know that, if Jonathan Gresham and Claudio, the world title match, doesn't main event, have it open. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And give them a prime spot.
It's just as simple as that, bro. If something is main event worthy, make a world title match, like you said, the opener. That's the perfect formula. That's the go-to formula, or at least it should be. Come on, you don't got to
Definitely.
put them in the middle of a fucking show.
Exact. And they did. So I totally, see his frustration, and I see why Tony Khan made that decision, and
Hmm.
you know, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yes, I do love to hear that no bridges were burned, and Tony Khan just listened to what he had to say. And I'm sure he
Yeah,
was right. I'm sure that's why no bridges were burned. I'm sure he was right.
exactly.
Um, so yeah, I mean, they got into an argument, man. I mean, at least that just goes to show that at least Gresham does care and he is
Hmm.
passionate about the business. And it sucks that he's stepping away, but it doesn't really suck that much because I think he will be back. But
I think so.
yeah, so I hope they can, reconcile one day and we could see him doing great stuff. Or maybe he goes to WWE where Triple H will let this man thrive. So
Exactly. Now
you
that's an
never know.
option, man.
No,
Exactly.
exactly.
Oh, you got
Exactly.
the Triple
So,
H factor and all these type of situations, which is fun.
s- I guess that leads us perfectly into our next story. Speaking of the Triple H factor, we'll get to this Max Dupree stuff after this.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Triple H factor, man, Tony Khan went off on a tirade about people, uh, people trying to use the Triple H factor and spin this, to say that AEW talent are unhappy and a lot of people are going to ask for their release so they can be gone. Tony Khan had this to say about these, where also, we also do have some, side news in here. He did reveal links to people's contracts. So,
Yeah.
which I love because in
I
sports,
like when
when
he
somebody
does it.
signs a contract,
It's announced how long.
yeah, I mean, it's announced how long and how much they make. I don't really care about how much they make, but
No.
just tell me how fucking long it is. I mean, if you want to tell me how much they make, I don't really care. But I don't really care. Just tell me how fucking long they're.
Exactly. Their contract is. That's just how sports does it. Fucking
Shit ain't right.
Miles Bridges goes to prison. They go and tell him he's in prison for 5 years. Come on, bro. Come on.
Exactly, man. And he's technically still on the Charlotte Hornets roster.
Damn. He
So-
hasn't got fired for all
No,
that shit.
I don't think they can. I don't think they could do
Oh,
anything
shit.
until he's federally charged. So
Dude,
he's
that's fucking
technically still on the
amazing.
roster, but he is a free agent. But I know he
Ah.
does have. If he opts into his deal, he could get the bag for whatever was left on it, and he has a
Dude, I-
player option, I think. So I think he can opt in, which at this point he's gonna have to because
You're gonna
nobody
have-
else
'cause-
is gonna take him.
No, God, no. No one wants fucking his ass. All the fucking memes and news stories about his ass. What the hell? That's like hiring Benoit. You don't want that shit. If the man was still alive, at least.
Yeah, right. Ooh. So
Yeah, Marty could have been a better analogy. His Puerto Rican ass.
running from the cops.
bro,
I'll
avoid.
never forget when you fucking said that unscripted, bro. That shit.
He was,
Had me
bro.
dying. You got Marty in fucking Puerto Rico running from the cops.
Same way a lot of celebrities are going to Puerto Rico they're for tax evasion, but Marty did it from the cops. Just the cops as a whole. But from the UK cops, not our cops.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. So, yes. Yeah, man. Tony Khan talked about, people saying that all these AEW guys were just magically unhappy and this is the thing I hate because, Triple H is still I don't know why people flock to one company.
No, I'm
It's
telling
to
you.
one. People all of a sudden say, "Oh, now that Triple H is in charge, AEW is
Everyone's-
not the cool thing anymore. So let's have everybody go back under Triple H's control." No, that's the
It's
point.
like,
That's the whole purpose of a thriving wrestling environment. Is now instead of one brand would let somewhat of people thrive, in AEW or whoever
on a
they
balance.
can. Now it'll be able to balance because now people could thrive on Raw. People can come
Exactly.
over from AEW and unbloat that roster, as they come, as they please. So you have AEW, who's a thriving roster. You now have Raw, who can be a thriving roster, and you now have fucking SmackDown, who can actually thrive for the first time since
SmackDown.
Bayley was active.
Literally. God damn.
So there's that, and sooner or later we're also gonna get NXT, and I heard Triple H wants to bring back some of the black and gold essence to the brand. So
I heard
I
that
could-
too.
I could see him giving Bruce NXT as kind of just like a do this kind of thing.
Yeah,
Stay
to stay
the fuck
to
out of my
distract
hair.
them from the main. Exactly.
And once he eventually gets let go, I think it will be
Like Shawn
just Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels. I think it'll
Yeah.
be Shawn Michaels, Matt Bloom, I'm
All
so
those guys.
I seen Matt Bloom at that SummerSlam tryout. I am so shocked he did not get canned.
I am very shocked. That is very shocking that he never got canned. He's been with them for a minute. I'm
I
surprised
could
he
have
dodged all those cannons.
I could have swore he did when they fired his whole team. I guess they didn't though, man. I guess they didn't.
You know how they, with some of those team members, they kind of hired him right back like a month later. I could see him being one of those people that they just hired back just because they needed people in the PC to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see them just rehiring him like a couple months afterwards. I know they did that with a couple of those like members.
Yeah, Samoa Joe was one of them.
Yeah,
Drake Maverick, you know, his fucking
dude.
his desperate ass.
Oh, I bet that man got his career saved. Triple H taking over. Now he has actually a secure job.
Yeah, psych. They just fire him.
Even Triple H is like, you know what? Psych, get your ass back to fucking control your narrative.
Man's created a whole control your narrative fucking vignette just to go back to
Go back.
WWE to be a fucking writer.
Bro's calling himself a piece of shit for going back and then goes back right back after again. Like, bro, you can't do that, bro. That's sad. Don't do that.
So, yeah, man. You know, this is the thing. This is the thing that I like. This is the thing that I like about. This is the thing that I like about. You know, this Triple H stuff. This Triple H factor is now everything can thrive and AEW's roster can over time unbloat itself because people just don't feel they're getting the time and they can go to Triple H. And I think it will be at a really good point where in a couple years, if Triple H keeps control like he does, I feel in a couple years, people will just be going from company to company either because they're not getting the time they deserve or they just have nothing left to do and they want to go to the other company and thrive. And people saying the whole Forbidden Door thing is far-fetched, I don't think it's that far-fetched. Triple H tried as much as he could to open a Forbidden Door. He was working with New Japan. They brought Liger in for Takeover Brooklyn against Tyler Breeze in 2015. They were working with Evolve. They ended up buying Evolve. I mean, it's really not that far-fetched. And now that he has creative control over the main roster, I say I'm making a bold prediction, in the next 2 years, we're seeing an AEW and WWE show. And it's going to be fucking
100% see it. That show be godlike.
And everybody's going to put their fucking egos to the side and just do great business. And it's going to be great.
Exactly, man. And you brought up this point, which I think is really true. Even Nick Khan, people say, oh, Nick Khan wouldn't do that. All that man cares about is money.
He's a money guy.
And there's nothing but money in that.
Exactly. And they know that.
Exactly. So Nick Khan would be 100% down. Come on, bro. Come on. And
I was going to say, those promos that Tony Khan used to do on Nick Khan, I was hearing a lot of people say that Tony Khan was asking him for permission.
Yeah. So probably not petty against each other. It was just business shit. It's just TK being TK. He does that shit. Like,
exactly.
Come on, bro. He just tweets out some crazy ass shit and then ends it with, watch Rampage. He just loves fucking around, bro.
Was so ass, I released her. Street fight tonight on Rampage.
Bro, crazy for that, man. I love when he does that shit. I love when he ends his takes with advertising for It's always Rampage too.
Oh, it's always fucking Rampage, dude.
On like a Thursday night. It's like, bruh.
Friday morning. Longest tenured CEO in wrestling. All right, go watch Rampage tonight.
Go watch Rampage tonight. Come on, bro. But yeah, man, this Triple H factor is nothing but good, man.
Nothing but good, and it's no reason to flock away from AEW. And it's just great for everybody.
Even out, exactly. Let it be even. Maybe one's a little more than the other at some periods, and that'll be okay. As long as it's not what it is right now. One roster's bloated as fuck, and the other one's fucking completely barren with fucking like 4 people in each division that actually matter. So just let it even itself out. everything will be great, man. Everything will be
Exactly.
great.
So this is what Tony Khan had to say about the landscape changing. He says, there are a lot of changes in pro wrestling. I think it's going to be really positive for the fans overall. I am a little amused that changes in the competition. Fuck. My bad. I'm a little amused that changes in the competition. People think it's going to magically change the landscape here. Some of these accounts, Twitter can be a fun place to follow, but some of the narratives I've seen every day for the last week are really amusing me. I've got people signed here for 5 years, and people think that just because the CEO / chairman / head of creative changed over there, those people changed in the just because the CEO, chairman, head of creative, those people changed in the competition. People I have 5-year contracts with are going to magically switch teams. Good luck with that. Adam Cole is signed until 2027 now.
Fuck.
I wouldn't expect to see him going anywhere anytime soon. Malachi Black almost has 5 years left on his deal. I wouldn't expect him to go anywhere anytime soon either. Just because these guys have had some success under a previous administration somewhere else, they're not magically going to be going anywhere. Those are two people I like just as examples to people who've worked under the previous administration. I'm very amused by that, but that's a narrative I see so-called wrestling writers pushing every day. It's pretty amusing. End quote. And that is what he said on Bust Open Radio. Dude, Tony Khan has not, and especially those two, those are great examples. Now, a guy that has worked under that administration that I would definitely see leaving, especially because Charlotte's there, is Andrade. Andrade is underused as fuck. Plain and simple. Oh, yeah.
There's just too much of a roster. He's underused. But let Triple H get his hands on that man again, please.
Absolutely. They're kind of using him now, but they weren't really using him before. Keith Lee is another guy, but I think he will amount over. I think he will amount to something in AEW. Adam Cole. Adam Cole's got a lot of time left though, so I mean,
got a lot to do.
Yeah, so. He has a lot to do. So I mean, we'll see where he's at the end of his deal. If he still has more to do, if he doesn't have anything to do, man.
Like you said, I could just see him going over there just to do more shit.
Just to have fun. Because a lot of those guys have a whole checklist of things that they did not do yet because they were in NXT their whole time in WWE. So
they want to go win other world championships, and that's okay. And the business is better off for it, man. And switching people is a good system, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it is interesting to see, man. But especially like Adam Cole and Malachi Black. I mean, those guys. Tony Khan said on multiple occasions that he wants Malachi Black to be a huge part of AEW, and Adam Cole, you can already see it.
He's part of that elite family.
Yeah. So. He's back with his guys, and it's working out great for him. And same thing with Malachi Black. They've built him a whole faction that actually makes sense. So, I mean, it's great, man. It's great. And those guys, like I said, Tony Khan has not given them a reason up until this point to ask for their release. But,
exactly.
Even if they do end up going back, it's not going to be a bad thing. And even if, some people from WWE jump ship to AEW just to do something different, that's okay. It's just it's going to be a thriving wrestling community or wrestling environment, man, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Whole business is just better off for it, man. And even with the idea of Forbidden Door, you could do like a mini Forbidden Door, maybe an NXT versus ROH. Could be like a little mini Forbidden Door too. That could be shit like that. Could just be fun, man.
Yeah, man. So, Yeah, it's just gonna be great. I don't really see the point of everybody now trying to flock away from AEW and go back
Yeah.
to Triple H. I mean, there are some things that the shows are gonna do better than the other one. I think
Yeah.
AEW is always gonna have the superior wrestling.
Oh, 100%.
Um, you know, but on the other hand, man, I think Triple H is going to tell the better long-term stories. Not that Tony Khan doesn't tell long-term stories,
But
but
he doesn't tell enough.
yeah, I think Triple H knows how to execute them better, in my honest
Mm-hmm.
opinion. I think the Bucks know how to do it, and I think that Elite knows how to do it, but Tony Khan sometimes picks the wrong thing,
Mm-hmm.
the wrong
To
things
make
to
long term.
long-term book, and I think Triple H nailed it to a T with
He did. He
NXT.
chose the right ones.
You know what I mean? I mean, with AEW, sometimes you won't hear about certain storylines for a while,
Yeah.
and then they come back. But I think Triple H, man, is like every week, even though some weeks were minor, you know, every week had a big part to the story. As where
Exactly.
sometimes in AEW, nothing really ties
Weeks
in
just
like
go by
that.
sometimes.
But both companies are going to be great, man. Especially when the rosters are leveled out. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
great. It really is.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, certain shows might have things better than the other, and it's just going to be. It's just going to. Tony Khan said it himself. It's just going to be best for the fans. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, man. So with that, Max Dupree. Max Dupree, or LA Knight, has been removed from Maximum Male Models. This decision was made by Vince before he stepped down. Sources say he wasn't fitting in. No.
No way. A
And
fucking
rubbed some the wrong way. Going
wonder why.
forward, his sister, Maxine Dupree, will be leading the team. No future plans for Dupree was mentioned. You know they were in NXT at the same time, right? And they made no mention of being related to each other. So,
Literally, bro.
for your
Didn't
fans that watch all of your product, have fun explaining that logic gap.
exactly. They didn't have the same fucking. Her name was different in NXT too. Both of them was. Like,
Same.
how do you explain that shit? It don't
Mm.
make sense, bro. It really don't. But like
Oh yeah, they were just brother and sister the whole
the
time.
whole time, nobody mentioned it, bro. Like, what? What kind of fucking shit is that, man? But I mean, is anyone fucking shocked? That character was fucking weird. He was always fucking breathing down fucking Adam Pearce's neck every fucking episode of fucking SmackDown I
Oh
would see.
God, yeah.
Those clips of him talking in his fucking neck. Um, and like,
Trying to seduce his ass.
literally, bro, and ain't nobody want a modeling gimmick, bruh. What kind of shit is that?
No,
Male models
he didn't
on
fit
screen?
in. He didn't
Exactly,
fit
bro.
in. They say.
No
No
shit.
shit. No, none
Nobody
of
could
them
fit.
fit in.
You could put fucking Velveteen in a. And I ain't talking about post. What, 2020? Was that 2020? I think
Yeah,
2020.
yeah, yeah.
Velveteen. You can't even put pre 2020 Velveteen in a thing like that and really make it work. Because it's just weird. And just involving other people makes it worse. Fucking Marseille. Come on, bruh. How do you go from this
Damn,
fucking
he
deep
would have been
voice?
so good,
Oh,
especially
bro.
now. Oh
Oh,
my
that would have
God,
been his opportunity, man. But how do you take a guy like
he would have been
Marseille?
in this.
100%. How do you take a guy like Marseille, who used to be like this fucking weird fucking Mad Max type of dude that was like a
He
fucking
looked like the
weirdo?
Predator.
Exactly, trying to make him look like the Predator, and then you go from that to just a model? How do you make those jumps, man? I get character changes, and it's what should happen to everybody at one point, but you can't just drastically change people like that. And fucking Mansoor was just a normal ass dude, just a fucking happy ass dude,
Yeah,
and now he's just a
just happened to
model.
be there.
He's just happy to be there, bruh. Now he's just fucking model. It's always fucking strutting and shit. Like, why? And I think they're adding a chick that I think that's what they mentioned in that little promo. That that was her like first promo, that they're adding like a chick or something to it, or I think they referenced that they're gonna add a chick to it like this episode of something or whatever. And it's like, dude, who you gonna drag down with this shit, bruh? I hope with Triple H here it stops at, like we said, it's not gonna be instantaneous. So I feel like the story,
He's gonna
like,
make it make sense.
yeah, it's gonna be someone that makes sense, and this group's gonna evolve into something different over time, and it's gonna be good, man. But like with Vince's idea, like, bro, models, come on, bro, that shit just don't work. No wonder it didn't work. Just let the guy be LA Knight. He was charismatic. He was he was the guy in NXT 2.0 that wishes he was in Black and Gold NXT, and it was amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
For what he was able to do in NXT 2.0, man. Because I remember when they were doing that fucking war games of old NXT versus the new, LA Knight was on the old side of it. Or no, was he? Yeah, he was on the old
He
side of
was.
it, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
and it's like it weirdly fit because he had all the building blocks to be on that side. It was just timing wise, so that was cool, man. And nah, they gave him a gimmick of a model, bro. Come on, who does that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it did no good for him. Had Vince been around, I could have seen him being released after this because
Oh,
if you
easy.
don't if you don't make a Vince vision work, he
You're
will
done.
not fucking think any. He will think of you like the dirt
A
on the bottom
failure.
of your shoe. Oh,
Exactly. Oh, he failed me. I gave him this opportunity and he failed. That's
yep.
exactly how Vince thinks.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, man. The guy doesn't understand the concept of maybe failing can be a good thing,
Exactly.
but no, if you fail once to him, it's done and over with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um which is so damn stupid cuz when John Cena was coming up, he'll be the first one to say like I failed a lot. Like when he was just
Mm-hmm.
a trunk wearing dude and like Vince McMahon. So I wonder like where his philosophy changed in that. What up, Larry?
Yeah. What's up,
Um
Larry?
Yeah, like I wonder where his philosophy changed in that cuz like dude, you go from being able to work with these guys and shape these guys like a John Cena to I mean people fail you one time, man, and it's done and over with for them. I mean it
Exactly.
makes
It's like
no sense.
you'll never get another John Cena if you had that mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um Speaking of Vince, more money.
Bro,
Ugh.
that man spending too much company money.
Bro. WWE finds $14.6 million in payments by Vince McMahon that weren't recorded as company expenses.
Oh,
WWE posted an 8K filing on July 25th announcing preliminary financial results for the second quarter of 2022. In the filing, it's revealed the company has made preliminary determination that certain payments that Vince McMahon agreed to making during the period from 2006 through 2022, including amounts paid and payable in the future, and that were not recorded in the WWE consolidated financial statements.
man. And this ain't 14 million, like 2 more million plus that, like 12 million. This is a separate 14 million.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck. That
Yep.
is too much fucking money.
W- they were not recorded in the WWE consolidated financial statements. Should have been recorded as expenses in the quarters in which those agreements were made. The unrecorded expenses as the date of the company has identified unrecorded expenses totaling approximately $14.6 million, all payments underlying an unrecorded expense where they were all paid by Vince McMahon personally per Fightful.
God. Holy fuck.
So this man, on top of his, what was it, 12 point what?
Yeah, that was
Or
like
was it just
12.5.
12?
I think it might have been just 12. It's 12 million piece of ass, and now $14 million. So what is that overall? 20. It's like what? 24?
Let me see.
God, I'm fucking stupid.
So we have the 3 million,
Okay.
right? That's the original one. And then we have
12
I
plus
can't remember.
14. I think there was another like mini one in there, but I don't remember exactly. Might have been like 6 or something. But if you look up the main ones that we all remember, 12, 14, and that
12, yeah, just 12. It was just 12.
okay, so 12, $26 million, bruh. And there's that they just discovered that 14 mil. There could be more money they have yet to discover. Dude, $26 million for a couple piece of ass, bruh. Dude, that shit's fucked, man. You know what this company could have done with that $26 million? Like, bruh, you could
Vince.
pay Brock for 2 years.
Yeah, right. Um,
Asshole.
my God, bro. $26 million.
Bro.
26.6, right?
Yeah, 26.6 million, which is like, bro, bro, ain't
So,
no
yeah,
way.
man. And I'm sure they're not done.
Nah, I bet
This
they're not.
guy, and at this point, man, that is technically stealing company money. So,
Hmm.
holy fuck. That is insane, man. That is fucking insane.
That's dude fucking stealing like I think it's like over 600 or like 300 is like it goes from misdemeanor to a full ass crime, bro. That's $26 million, bro. Mm-mm. Ain't no way of company money. That man's fucked, bruh. That man is fucked. His own
That's
company is about to sue the hell out that man for that money. Send his ass to jail.
That's wild, bro. So, yeah,
That's
man,
nuts.
this is a developing story, and obviously you guys already know what we think about this man. But yeah, this isn't looking good for him, man.
Fuck.
So, the fact that he had to retire, he must know
Makes sense.
something, and they
Hmm.
must know something that maybe hasn't got out yet. But whatever the case is, man, it's just not looking good for him.
No. How do you do that with that much money, bruh? Good lord.
Yeah, absolutely. WrestleMania, WrestleMania 40.
Saw this.
WWE have announced that LFF Stadium in Philadelphia is set to host WrestleMania 40 on Saturday, April 6th and Sunday, April 7th,
Damn.
2024. So, we will be
Well,
having a two-night Mania, and this shit might be heat under
I
Triple
was gonna
H.
say,
I
I
will say
think
that.
under Triple H, that two-night system is gonna work a lot better, especially by then. I think they could bump that roster up a good amount. And that's the whole reason the two-night thing was made, because the roster was so big, they had to make a two-night Mania.
Hmm.
And man, oh man, under Triple H, that shit would be heat.
Yeah, man. So, Philly's a great venue. Very passionate fans, very loud fans. So
Hmm.
it's that's pretty cool, man. Very cool. My thing is, I don't live in Philadelphia, man, but like, isn't Philadelphia cold in April still?
I think it is, yeah. Hmm.
That was kind of why it shocked me, and I know
Hmm.
that what man, I swear the Eagles Stadium was called something different.
They probably
What am I
changed the fucking name to it. Or this could be a different stadium.
No, it's the Eagles one, unless the
Oh, okay.
Eagles got a new stadium that I didn't know
Hmm.
about. Formerly known
Oh.
Vetro Stadium. I don't even remember that being the game. That being the name, I mean. Why do I remember it being called... Wait, no, that's the one in Seattle. Jesus. What am I thinking
Dead.
of?
Bruh. Yeah, it is cold in Phillies. Damn, how are you gonna do that? It's a roofless one too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is. Lincoln
About...
Financial Field. That's what I fucking
Mm,
remember it being called. Yeah, let me... Yeah, this is roofless. This is a
mm.
roofless stadium, man.
You're about to have a cold ass mania, bro. You're about to be freezing their ass off.
Let me do a quick Google search. April weather in Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Ooh. In April, the weather in Philadelphia averages from 47 degrees to 66.
Holy shit, they're gonna be
So,
freezing their ass off.
bro, oh
What?
golly.
How is that gonna work? That's weird. Hmm. Everyone's talking about how it's a 2-night mania still. I'm trying to think how the fuck is that gonna work? Unless they have plans to build a roof in the time from now to Mania 40, because it's only a year. God,
Let
oh
me
yeah,
see.
Mania 40 isn't like 3 years away. It's fucking next year, right?
Yeah.
Damn,
No,
dude, that's crazy.
the one coming up is 39.
Okay. Yeah, still, that's kind of what I meant mentally. I always don't go by the year when Mania. I just go by the next
The
Mania.
next, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Maybe they are planning on like building a roof or a temporary roof, but yeah, how's that gonna work? That shit about to be cold as hell. You're about to be freezing their ass off. Might as well fucking let Sting show up and do his fucking entrance. You'll have actual snow instead of fucking fake snow.
That's crazy, man.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they gotta be planning on like adding a roof addition or like a retractable one in the meantime, because that literally like can't work
Yeah, I
unless
don't
they get
know.
lucky.
Yeah, unless they get really, really lucky, man. But yeah, I don't know how that's
Hmm.
gonna work, man. But regardless, Philly is a great venue for Mania. Yeah, Philly fans are great, man. They're great. They're very
Good for
loud,
them,
very
man.
vocal. So yeah, good for them.
Hell yeah.
Good for them. Mm, all right, I guess it's time to go over this, man. AEW Trios fucking championships, man.
Ooh, let's go.
AEW have announced that a trios tournament will take place with the inaugural AEW World Trios Champions being crowned at All Out on September 4th on Dynamite. They played this. They played this
Man,
promotion.
I was looking down, I look up and I see that. I was like, oh wait, what?
You see what?
That
Oh,
image?
yeah, definitely, bro, definitely, yes. AEW World Trios Championships tournament coming soon, and like I just read to you guys, the inaugural champions will be crowned at All Out. So yeah, man, it's
Hell
gonna be
yeah,
pretty
man.
sick. And here is the better look at the championships. Very nice titles. Very
I like them.
nice. Do say so myself. Yeah, dude, I'm super excited, man. You know, we've been talking about this for so long. We've been talking about them
Literally.
adding trios.
Since the fucking company
Trios.
was created.
And they mentioned that on commentary, too. They said people have been talking about this since this company's inception. What fucking
What
took you
fucking
so
time?
long?
Exactly.
But regardless, it's going to be great. We're going to be there to see it live. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be there to see it live, and yeah,
It's gonna be dope. I can't
yeah,
wait.
absolutely, bro. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I like the titles, and I'm excited to see who's in this damn tournament. So yeah, I'm super
I'm
pumped, man.
excited,
It's gonna
man.
be sick.
Waiting for this shit, bruh. This can
For real.
finally organize this fucking roster. Thank God.
Absolutely, absolutely. I guess we can Well, we got one more story before all this Triple H stuff. This kind of ties into the Triple H stuff. Dave Meltzer appeared on the Sports Illustrated Media podcast with John Arand, and he was asked the latest on Sasha Banks and Naomi. He said, and I quote, "It's kind of up in the air. They're gone," Meltzer said. "The last I heard was there would be attempts to maybe reconcile, especially with Vince gone, so it's up in the air. I don't think there's anything definitive just yet." Man, just when I thought that Sasha Banks was for sure gone.
She's coming right back in. Triple H, bruh. Come on. Come on. I can see it.
I feel like Sasha may be a little pissed still,
Yeah.
to the point where she's going to, by the time of January, she's going to want to...
Think it out.
She's going to want to see something before she commits again. But, man, just when we all thought Sasha Banks was done with WWE, she still might be. We don't know.
She could be. We never know, man. But, man,
this is great for them. This is great for the company that Triple H is now in charge, because now losing Sasha Banks might not be a thing anymore.
No, it might not. All
So,
thanks to Triple H, man. That's crazy,
savior.
bro. I can see him getting them back, man. And under Triple H, that women's division will thrive.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really will, man. Obviously you didn't see it Monday with Alexa Bliss versus Doudrop, but we'll get there. It was night one. It was night one, so yes. Another story that also ties into this Triple H stuff. Forgot about this one. But yeah, yes, if anybody can get those two back, it's Triple H, man. It's Triple H. Triple H was instrumental to the rise of Sasha Banks. So, it's going to be sick, man. It's going to be sick if she does. But if she doesn't, that's going to be great as well. Because she could go elevate. She can go elevate the AEW women's division, and that is just gonna be just as great. So
exactly.
The backstage news on the real reason why Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle was pulled from SummerSlam, per Fightful Select. WWE have announced today that the planned match between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins has been pulled from the SummerSlam card due to Riddle suffering a stinger as a result from an attack from Rollins on Monday's episode of Raw. Fightful Select reports that the injury is kayfabe and Riddle is fine. No shit. WWE reportedly has plans to do the match down the line, with the plan for it to be held at Clash at the Castle on September 3rd. Keep in mind that the plans might change. Plans change all the time in WWE. Nah.
Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not under Triple H. Unless someone gets injured, them plans ain't changing.
Mr. Long Term. Those that Fightful spoke with stated the reason the match was pushed back is due to creative adjustments. Rollins is still slated to travel to Nashville for SummerSlam weekend, as he has Media Day obligations scheduled for Friday or today. So, yeah, man. And this ties into the last story we're going to go over of Triple H wanting to make a creative splash. Triple H wanting to make a creative splash at SummerSlam, so we'll get on to that in just a second, but I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be interesting.
It really is, man. I like to see what's happening, man. And they can be a lot of people, man.
Definitely. It could, there's a handful. It all just depends on where his mindset's at. Does he want to do Edge? Does he want to bring somebody back? Or does he want to
Bring
Edge is kind
somebody
of an
up.
island of his own here.
Yeah.
Or does he want to call one of these guys up from NXT that's ready?
Try him out.
So it's all just a matter of that. Or like I said, man, does he want to bring somebody in? And there's one guy in particular, we'll get to it for the predictions,
Everyone talk about.
that makes a lot of sense because he is a Triple H
Mr.
guy
Triple
through
H
and through.
guy.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. And I believe that one man said a couple months ago on his Twitch stream that he still has a bucket list of things he wants to do in WWE, including have a SummerSlam match.
I could see it.
I could see that shit too. So we will get on to that on who we think those guys are for while we're going over the predictions. But Triple H, this is old news at this point, but let's just bask in the man's glory one more time. So I told you guys I'd show you this picture on Monday in case you haven't seen it. Voila. Look at that. Look at him. What fucking mark is this? Man, who you guys think took this picture? Man, it was probably Stephanie, bruh. It was probably Seth. It was probably Seth.
I can see it. Seth, fucking Trampa, who knows, bro? Who knows?
This man, Triple H, walked out with his headset like normal, handed his phone to somebody, and had him take a picture of him.
This one for the gram, bro. Take this shit. This shit about to melt Twitter.
This man's a mark. But that is the picture. Beautiful, beautiful image. What a sight to see. Night one.
Oh yeah.
So we heard this, I think Sunday or Monday before Raw. Can't remember at this point. It was one of the two. Triple H is to assume. So keep in mind, a couple days before this, we heard Bruce Pritchard was head of creative.
Oh, bro.
Well,
I saw that shit. I was like, yep, it ain't happening. And
yeah,
2 days later.
Changing. Yep. 2 days later, man, Triple H is to assume all WWE creative responsibilities on top of being Executive Vice President of Talent Relations, on top of his, obviously, already duties. Yes. And, never mind. That was, the rest of the article just says how Nick Khan and Stephanie are co-CEOs. So yes, WWE have announced that Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are co-CEOs. Vince McMahon retired from his position as WWE CEO on July 22nd. It was also noted that Triple H will resume all responsibilities related to WWE's head of creative. Triple H was named EVP and talent relations. So that is per Fightful. And with that kind of ties into the next story, as Triple H has promised the talent more transparency. Triple H held a talent meeting at Monday's WWE Raw event immediately. That is great.
Amazing.
When you have your leader and the guy that leads you guys willing to stand up in front of everybody in such a probably a crazy, I can only imagine how crazy it is to work there.
Oh my God.
When you have that man stand up and promise everybody more transparency and communication, that's got to be so reassuring for them guys and just great for them. So Triple H held a talent meeting at Monday's WWE Raw event about what they can expect from him being head of creative and head of talent relations. Fightful Select reports Triple H promised the talent more transparency as he wants open lines of communication between himself and the talent. The report noted that it was a commonplace in the recent years to wait hours to have a meeting with Vince McMahon regarding creative. Triple H also reportedly said he wants work to be fun.
Oh, wow.
What a fucking concept.
What a concept.
Per the report, the meeting said to have gone well, and there was optimism about change in creative. You know, they were all feeling it, and it just makes all you fucking idiots look even more stupid defending this garbage. The talent hates it.
Bro, the talent hated the backstage environment. Everybody said that always how that backstage environment sucked, and how people that were in NXT's prime were like, yeah, NXT was so much more organized, and you knew what you were doing coming in the arena that day. Yeah, it was Sasha. She was like, you knew what you were going to do that day when you went into the arena, but on the main roster, everyone was scrambling. You were told like an hour before your segment. It's like, bruh, that
Fucking
ain't
5 minutes before we go on air, and you're in the opening segment.
Literally, and you just don't know it yet. It's like, come on, bro, that's not how you run a business. But with Triple H, man, he knows always holds those meetings, those prep meetings, those fucking, we built this meetings. Dude, I loved watching all those fucking clips of those meetings at NXT. We built this, we did this. Go out there, bro, just hyping everybody up. I remember in that little Ciampa documentary about his like second injury and all that. They held a meeting for Ciampa when he returned. And it was like that shit was dope. And they're gonna be doing shit like that all the time under Triple H. And that's how you do it, man. You let everybody know what the hell's going on.
Yes, and I absolutely love that about Hunter. He is great. He's gonna do great things. And back to AEW for a second. This is what I love about this environment, because look at the show Tony Khan put on Wednesday. Because Tony Khan works best when he knows his back is up against the wall and people are doubting him, and that's when he works best, and you can see it on Wednesday. And this means nothing but great things for wrestling. And yeah, Vince McMahon for years set a precedent of chaotic work environment. That was the work environment he liked to work in. He liked he liked people running around with their heads cut off. He liked that. He liked that.
That's how he liked to run his business.
Triple H, Sasha Banks said a couple years ago, Triple H would come to us, we would have meetings, he would tell us what we're doing for the next 6 weeks. And we knew where we were going with the storyline, we knew what we were trying to do, we know that our points of emphasis, we knew what we were doing, we knew what we were trying to get at, we knew everything about the storyline and what they wanted, the story we wanted to tell, the whole fucking 9 yards. And on the main roster, you don't fucking know what you're doing 5 minutes before you go on air, and you're in the fucking second segment of the show.
Exactly.
So who likes that? I don't.
That's not a way to run a fucking business.
That sounds miserable. That sounds fucking miserable, man. It really does. I don't know who likes an environment like that. That is awful. That is awful. Yeah, I don't understand that not one bit. But yeah, man, I mean, transparency for the talent especially is so important. Triple H is always the kind of guy, where as we hear Vince stories about people waiting for hours to talk outside Vince McMahon's office. We hear it all the time, especially on Talk is Jericho. We hear about that all the time. Who the fuck wants to do that? And Triple H is transparent with his talent. He wants to talk to them. If they got a problem, he wants to fucking figure it out.
He's just real, and he just knows how to properly run a company in a genuine way, and it's just how it should be.
And what I like about it being Triple H, Triple H is a legend. Triple H is one of the greatest wrestlers ever. He worked as a talent, so for years. So he understands a lot of their frustration, and maybe at times he says, "Fuck, where was Vince when I needed." Yeah, I mean, he was probably upset having to wait outside of Vince's office for hours, and he doesn't want that for the next crop of
generation.
Talent, so.
Exactly. He's been a fucking wrestler for years. He knows how it is to be in their shoes, man. So, and that's how you really should do it, man. That's who should be running the company. Someone
Absolutely.
who was just a part of the roster at one point.
Absolutely, man. And, that's why it's so perfect that it's him
Mm-hmm.
because, he understands a lot of their frustrations from the talent side. He sees both sides to it. And, yeah, it's just great, man. Keith Lee felt like he wasn't going anywhere in NXT. Went and
Yeah,
talked to Triple H, and they got that fucking problem solved. And
instantly.
in a year, he was transformed from being just a guy on the roster to the man on the fucking roster. So,
Exactly.
I mean, he's just great. He's just great, man. He really is. Yeah, he's just great. And yeah,
True.
it's just a great thing for the company. Just a great thing for the company as a whole, man. And for us as well, and for the
True.
talent especially, because those
Especially
talent
Seth.
have been going through shit like that for years, man.
Years. Fucking
Years.
years, man. And it's good to see the change actually happening. And the whole business is ran like how NXT used to be ran. Or not the whole business, the whole company, I meant. If it's ran like how the way NXT used to be ran, man, ain't nothing but good's gonna come out of it, man. Ain't nothing but
Mhm.
good from working there is how it's gonna be, man.
Yeah, and I mean it's in the writing here, man. It's in the writing here. Triple H reportedly said he wants work to be fun. So just by that statement alone, he knows for a lot of these people, work before this probably was not
Well,
fun
not fun at all.
whatsoever. So,
Exactly.
it's a great thing. But with that, before we get to these SummerSlam predictions, Triple H wants to make a creative splash at WWE SummerSlam. I think could be one of the moments where we all say, "This is him."
Whisper. Mm-hmm.
It's what were we talking about earlier? This could be one of the moments where it sets in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Vince is
Oh
gone,
shit.
and this is a new era.
It's happening. It's actually happening. Could be one of the
Yeah.
moments, man.
So, according to a report by WrestleVotes on Twitter, Triple H wants to make a creative splash at WWE SummerSlam. However, he will only do it if it makes sense. Could you? I can't
Wow.
fucking believe the shit I'm
Look
reading
at
about this
that.
company.
Wow. Making sense is in the news for WWE. Wow. Who would have thought we'd see the day? Not
Seriously.
me.
Honestly. With SummerSlam being his first real show in total control, because they probably had most of that script written for Raw.
Already, yeah.
Sources say, and Triple H probably didn't rip a lot of it up
No,
because
he just
that would be chaotic for the talent.
exactly. The people already know what they're gonna go into today. Why just change it? Even if it's for the better. Let them know what they're gonna do today. We can make this change over time, like a
Exactly.
business.
Exactly. Tony Khan said it about Vince indirectly. Dude, what were you doing all weekend? Or for SmackDown, what were
Exactly.
you doing all week?
All
Write the
week, bruh.
show.
Just write it. It's that simple, bruh.
And yeah, man, this is great. This is great. WWE, he only wants to do it if it makes sense. Who would have thought? And you know what? This
Shocker.
is so great for the fans, man, because we've watched this bullshit for so many years.
Dude, and
So
it's
many
finally
years with
changing.
no change in sight. And the satisfaction of being a fan through the down years is
It's
nothing
nice.
like it, bruh.
Feels like
Nothing
we
like it.
fucking earned this shit. Because
It
goddamn
really
everyone
does.
did.
We definitely earned our patches through these fucking down. When I say down years, I mean down years. Um, with SummerSlam being his first real show in total control, sources say Triple H would like to make a creative splash at the event. However, only if it makes sense. He won't just do something just to do it.
Wow.
How
Look at
about that
that.
change of pace already?
Wow. What a world.
What a time to be a wrestling fan, man. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, so and I think the creative splash could come I think it could come from a lot of different areas, not just the Seth match, but
Mm-hmm.
Will Bailey return at some point in the show?
I could see that happening.
I think Edge will come back. I don't think it'll be in the Seth match, but I think we will see Edge in
Exactly.
some
He'll just pop
capacity.
up.
Um,
Who knows, bro? We get a lot of just random shit that makes
mhm.
sense in the long run happening, man. And that'll just be great. I don't think the Great Splash is just this one match. I think it's gonna go through a variety of different matches throughout the show.
It could be Miz turning on Champa. It
I could
could
see that.
be
Ciampa turning on Miz. It
exactly.
could be.
It could. I mentioned this to you.
Hmm.
Uh, could it be Logan Paul and The Miz? You know, turns out they just did this whole feud for views, so
Hmm.
to speak, because they're both movie stars, quote unquote, or social media. They're famous people, and the Miz. But what if they start beating up Champa and Johnny Gargano comes out?
Exactly.
I mean, Seth's got a history with Bray Wyatt. I mean, there's so much possibilities. Karrion
There's so
Cross,
many.
Karrion Cross said the other week he would have been a WWE lifer
Yep.
had
And
NXT had the main roster been anything like NXT.
now it's gonna be so he's gonna be a WWE lifer, man, and that'll be cool, man. So this Creative Splash is gonna go for a lot of different things, and it's gonna be dope.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. So, Summerslam predictions. This is kind of a Vince McMahon leftover card, so it's not really
Yeah.
the most exciting thing in the world.
No.
But I'm excited to see.
How
This
it
is the first
goes,
time I'm excited for a SummerSlam, man. You guys,
dude. I
man,
hate SummerSlam usually.
seriously, bro. And if I was thinking about this the other day now, since we're taking Survivor Series off the list, and since Clash at the Castle falls on the same weekend as All Out,
Might as
so
well fucking do it.
yeah, I'm totally down. I'm totally down. I mean,
Totally.
it's gonna be a wrestling weekend anyway, so
Exactly.
yeah. Well, you guys probably catch us on here for a Clash at the Castle review, especially because UK shows are a blast, and I
Oh, they're
can't
fun
wait
as
to come
hell.
on here and tell you guys the shit these people were chanting.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be weird though. We're gonna be going on like 1 in the afternoon. Dude, that's
Yep,
gonna be weird.
yep,
Oh, that's gonna be
yep.
weird as hell.
Yeah,
That's
it
gonna
is
be
gonna be
cool.
weird. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely, definitely. We'll be oh god, the fucking show will end at fucking 1:30. Yeah, man. So the first match is probably the match I'm most excited for. The Mysterios versus the Judgment Day.
Oh,
Man,
dude, Finn is so lucky now. Cause good lord. Oh man, good lord. Fucking Judgment Day. What a failure. They're so funny. They're so bad. It's hilarious, bruh.
yeah.
Oh, Royce.
This one,
Dude.
I think the Mysterios will win. I think Edge
Hmm.
will come out in this, and I think Triple H will want to tie up the loose ends with Judgment Day.
I think he will, man. I don't know if he
So
wants to turn Dominic heel, man. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know if
I
Triple
think
H.
those plans will be nixed.
I think so,
Definitely.
man. I think so. So I don't think Dominic's gonna turn. Um, but I could see a little swerve of Dominic turning, but just turning just to fuck with Judgment Day back, maybe. But if anything, I just see Edge coming out and helping him. So I'm gonna give this one to Mysterio's, bruh, because I don't think Judgment Day is gonna last. I think what Triple H wants for Finn ain't the Judgment Day, and that's either. And I think Judgment Day is gonna evolve over time now to something different, basically
Hmm.
his Bullet Club. So that's gonna be fun, man. But now it's still WWE Vince Judgment Day, and good lord.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Mysterios via Edge return.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Next, Ronda Drousey versus Liv Morgan. Dude, what is Ronda Rousey even still a thing, bro? Like, good lord. Um,
I know Triple H liked her, but he lives an NXT girl, so I think Liv might retain now?
I could see Liv retaining. Maybe Bailey comes out, or maybe Charlotte comes out,
I
and
can see Charlotte.
you know
coming
what?
out
I'm predicting fuck finish. I think somebody comes out, and
and
it
fuck
could
over
be
the match.
Charlotte, and somebody, the match ends via DQ. That's what
And
I'm gonna predict for, and I think Liv will keep it. Obviously,
I think so. And I think Charlotte does have a lot of beef with Ronda, so she'll probably fuck over Ronda for the title, so she doesn't win it, and they could go on to feud at Cash at the Castle. God, why would they name a fucking show that? Good lord. And then I could see Liv going on to face someone else, but I think Liv's gonna retain too.
yeah, and it would be damn bogus of Ronda Rousey pushing for Liv to win the championship,
Just win it right back.
just to win it right back. That would that would be so
shit.
damn petty.
Oh man.
So yes, I'm predicting a DQ, but obviously I think Liv will keep the belt.
Same.
Next, the Usos versus the Street Profits.
Well, the Street Profits can be looking up now. They even came to the crowd like they used to in NXT, which I will say doesn't really hit the same because what made it cool in NXT was the arena was so small and it felt so like genuine that they're just with the fans hanging out. But in that big ass arena, it
Like
it
Triple
really
H,
doesn't work.
Triple H fucking walking through the crowd.
Oh my god, when he's fucking partying with the fucking Street Profits in NXT, just walking in the crowd, just dapping people up, bruh. But yeah, that's one thing I didn't really like. Like, I get it's like what they did in NXT, but it don't fit with that big ass arena. If anything, like do that like up the stage, like go around the stage maybe, go through the fans there, and then go to the ring. I wouldn't go from I wouldn't pull Moxley for them.
No.
Not that far like away.
Yeah, and the special guest ref is Jeff Jarrett. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that. He might. See, that's the thing. With Vince McMahon being gone now, is Solo Sikoa coming up still a thing?
It might be, it might not. He still might have plans for him. He might not think he's ready yet. Who knows, man? This could have a lot of factors, man. Yeah, it's true. I think like 5 times Durante. He asked how many times Usos and Profits had a match. I think this is like it's another 4 or 5, I think. Maybe 6.
I mean, they're good. I mean, they're great together in the ring, man. But I mean, just please let this be the last time. I don't want to see this anymore.
Bro.
I mean, they put on a damn good match at Money in the Bank, man. But just please,
bro, please.
Yeah, the match was great, but no, just please no.
I'm telling you, bro. And now with Triple H here, I could see Street Profits winning. Those are his boys. He likes them, but I think he's gonna keep with Roman for the time being, and I think Usos are gonna get this match.
Yeah. One thing I got a bone to pick with WWE about, actually, they put together those dope ass pinball match card screens, and on their website they give me these pieces of shits.
Literally,
what is this?
Bruh.
What is this image?
Really cool pinball shit.
I love the pinball theme they went with.
That was dope. Yeah, that's cool as hell, bruh. That's cool as hell.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna predict the Usos, man. I'm gonna predict the Usos. And Solo Sikoa does have a street fight with Von Wagner, man, on Tuesday, so that could be like his write-off. So he might come up, man. He might.
I could see it. I very well could see it.
But man, that's a lot of kind of interferences we're picking so far.
Yeah.
That's the thing about this. The next match, I genuinely forgot. Oh yeah, so my final pick's the Usos. The next match, I genuinely forgot about this shit. Happy Corbin versus Pat McAfee. I think this is the last time we got to see some bullshit like this.
I think so. Thank God.
Pat is great. But
keep him on commentary.
Keep him on commentary, man. I don't want to see
found the perfect spot for him.
Exactly. I mean, you kind of made a little bit of sense with them having the football background. They both played for the Colts at one point, so
that's cool.
I can appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna just predict Pat McAfee, man.
Same, bro. Bum ass Corbin ain't winning.
It's so funny that weeks and weeks of him just calling him bum ass Corbin turned into something.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you.
It's great.
That's who he is now, bro. He'll forever be that bum-ass character, man.
hmm Next one. Boy, am I excited about this. Logan Paul versus The Miz. Listen, I want to see something
This
with
is
The
one of those ones.
Miz
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't seen before, man. I want to see him not be a pussy.
No, I want to see him fight. I want to see him be angry.
Because he looked badass as hell on Monday. Do
Yeah,
it, bruh. That
do
was
that
great.
shit.
I
Be badass.
was astounded watching the opening
Exactly.
to the Raw, bruh. Yeah, man, but I'm gonna predict Logan Paul here, and I think Miz turns on Tommaso Ciampa afterwards.
I could very well see that. I think that might be the direction they're going. I'm
I
gonna say that too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna blame it on Ciampa, and I think that's gonna be Triple H's way of making
Separating
Ciampa,
them.
separating those two. They don't fit together.
No.
They never will fit together. When Ciampa debuted on the main roster, well, not debuted, but when he did 2019 Survivor Series,
Mm-hmm.
he literally came on to Miz TV and was talking shit to
Embarrassing
the
them all.
Miz.
Exactly.
So those two together just never made any sense for me, just off
No.
that segment alone, because Tommaso Ciampa didn't change that much in
No.
3 years. You know,
And
he's still NXT Ciampa at heart. So
did you see that little promo that Ciampa gave after what was it after Raw?
I did. I seen it, but I didn't like listen to it. But was
He
it
gave
good?
he gave a Ciampa promo, and you
He
could tell
has been.
Ciampa's back. Mm-hmm.
I seen one of them. And it was
And
pretty good. But I didn't see the newest one.
I can't wait, bruh. We getting Ciampa back. I love it, bruh. We getting the GOAT back. But
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be his way of separating them without make Ciampa look like a god. Because you could just make Ciampa turn on him, embarrass the hell out of Miz, but you don't need to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah, I think Logan Paul wins, and I think The Miz turns on Ciampa. Or, like I said, there's also the possibility of Logan Paul and The Miz turning on Tommaso Ciampa, as this was one big swerve,
Mm-hmm.
and just for clicks. I think that makes sense.
I think that does. It fits their characters.
And and maybe Johnny Gargano comes out, because we're predicting a lot of eventful shit. But I say this as a could happen, maybe.
Exactly.
I'm not
I
really.
don't think every one of these will.
No.
But these are
just
all
just a
coulds.
possible scenario.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't want to overhype myself for this show, but
No,
I think he will want to make this very eventful, and I think he will want to
I think there's
let
gonna be at
everybody
least
know.
2 or 3 big moments.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that is a possible scenario, but either way, I think Miz is turning on Ciampa in some capacity. He's gonna try to blame it on him, and then we're gonna get the Miz, hopefully a new Miz versus a
Old Ciampa.
reborn Tommaso Ciampa. So
Mhm.
I think it'll be great. Yeah, man. Yes, so I'm going Logan Paul.
Same.
Next, Bianca Belaire versus Becky Lynch. Does Bayley come back here? I don't see it. I see her
No.
going for the SmackDown Women's title. They need
Same.
women over there. Becky's obviously going to lose here. If they still do want to do Ronda versus Becky at Mania, which I could see them wanting to do that. I could see them wanting to do that, but I could see Triple H making Becky Lynch maybe a little bit more of the man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I could see them doing that and telling a good story that way, but I think Bianca Belair wins this one easy, and I think they
Same.
put on another great match.
Definitely,
WrestleMania
man.
Night 3.
Literally.
Actually, this is really like Money in the Bank Part 2. It really
Literally.
is.
SummerSlam Part 5. Fucking A,
Yeah.
how many fucking matches they fucking had on pay-per-view? Good lord.
The next match, Invisible United States Champion Bobby Lashley I feel like I have not fucking seen him at all since
Dude,
he's
I'm
got that
saying,
title.
fuck.
Bobby Lashley versus Mr. Money in the Bank. A-Town Down. I don't know what the fuck
down
that means.
bad.
Yeah,
God,
he really
God
is,
damn.
bruh. A-Town is down bad. Man.
Fuck this A-Town.
All day Austin Theory. Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Bobby Lashley is gonna win. And dude, do you see Theory actually cashing in?
I think he might try to. I think SummerSlam is where he fails his cash in. Maybe with Triple H, they're gonna do something different where he loses the briefcase because he ain't cashing in successfully. I don't care how this ends. It won't end with him successfully cashing in. Either the briefcase is going to someone else, or he loses. And I could see him losing it at SummerSlam. I really could.
Yeah, same.
Who fucking knows?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna predict Bobby Lashley here. It's so different because I want to say Bobby Lashley because Vince McMahon loves having his Mr. Money in the Bank lose. But this is a different era, so we don't know where to go. We don't know how to interpret any of this.
Could be.
So I could see, and I'm gonna love to see Triple H work with all these main roster concepts. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Bobby Lashley anyway.
Same.
This is definitely the match I'm most excited for.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you
see
see
the match
picture
going
of,
into it.
Yeah, obviously you see the picture of Seth versus Riddle, but Seth versus somebody. Who can this be, man? I think we got Edge as an option. I think that's the least likely option.
Same. I don't think it'll be Edge.
Then I think we got one of these guys that could potentially be coming into the company. Or coming back, rather.
Coming back.
Do we have Johnny Gargano? I think that's the one I'm leaning most towards, to be honest. Because Seth, Triple H could be pissed off. You were booked, decided to injure your opponent. So now, I'm going to take it into my hands, and I'm going to fucking find somebody for you. I could see Triple H coming out to the stage just to let everybody know, this is my fucking place now.
This is my guy.
And this is my guy that you're going to face, and it's Johnny fucking Gargano. Or Karrion Kross, another Triple H guy.
I could see Karrion Kross. I could very well see Kross.
Because Seth tweeted out something that, the company doesn't hear him or something like that. And Triple H quote tweeted him and said, I hear you. So something's, let me see.
Something's cooking there.
Tweet. Yeah.
So I could see them being all those people. I could see it being Kross. I could see it being Gargano. And even though they're coming back into the company, Seth really needs a win. They can lose. Under Triple H, especially with Gargano, that was half of his character in NXT. He if it is Gargano, he could take that L. It could be a heartbreaking moment for Gargano, and we could start to see the old babyface Gargano back, man.
Yeah.
Because he was a heel for the most part when he left overall. So he could be a babyface again, and what way to snap him back into it than a devastating loss at SummerSlam.
Seth Rollins tweeted out 2 days ago, for anyone who purchased a ticket to SummerSlam hoping to see me in action, I apologize. I did everything I could over the last 6 months to earn my spot on this show. Some things are out of my control. Thank you for always singing my song. They'll hear you someday. And Triple H quote tweeted it yesterday and said, I hear you.
I can see it, man. I can see it.
There's Wyatt. There's Kross.
Kross.
There's Gargano. And then there's the other island of guys who are NXT 2.0. Carmelo Hayes, Braun
see him.
Breaker, Solo Sikoa. You know,
Mhm.
Seth gave Roman that weird look on Raw when they passed each other, and he said, "I'll see you later" or something like that.
Yeah.
Does Roman Reigns get Solo Sikoa?
It's gonna be his ass for him. Who knows, man?
It's gonna be interesting. It sucks that Seth has to lose again, but I think
I think he might win.
I think the hierarchy in this
Is
going
overall
to.
better for Seth.
I think this leads with Seth in
To
some
something
way, shape, or
bigger.
form being the guy.
I think he will. I think now under Triple H, he's gonna be the one to dethrone Roman, and I think he should be. Not only does it make sense,
I think he
and
should be too.
Seth is that type of guy to do that, he fucking deserves that shit. All the shit he's done and endured for this company, from us fans. Come on, bro. He deserves this, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And yeah, man, I will say, uh, I want to say Johnny Gargano, but Seth shouldn't lose, but neither should Gargano. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, kind of weird.
yeah, but I will say, yeah, I will say Seth wins. I will say Seth
Same.
wins in maybe some cheating fashion, or
It is
maybe
Seth.
he just
You know,
beats
beats the
fucking
shit out of Seth. Unleashes an old Seth that we haven't seen for a while, and just
exactly
goes nuts.
something like that, man. But yeah, I'll say Seth wins. But as for the mystery guy, the first name, the two guys that I think it could be the most is Johnny Gargano and Karrion Cross. Though
I
they're
think
my
so.
vote.
Same.
They're
Those
my
are my two
vote.
main ones. Mainly
Um,
Gargano.
yeah, and then obviously there's Wyndham, but
I think he'd
does
be coming in bigger.
definitely. But even with Wyndham's clothing line and stuff, does WWE let them do all of that now?
Still, who knows? Maybe that's
Yeah,
just company shit that Triple H doesn't really got control of. He's just creative control. He doesn't control that company stuff technically.
exactly,
So we
exactly.
don't know how that still works.
Yeah. So yes, whoever it is, I think it will be Cross or Gargano, and I
Mm,
think it will go to Seth
same.
in some way, shape, or
So
form.
I hope it does at least.
And in the main event, the last man standing,
I hope he's
Roman
standing
Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
again.
Me and Sir Kay are gonna have a match while this match goes on, called "The Last Man Sleeping." That is what our match is gonna be called.
Or falls asleep fast as a loser, bruh. He had to
Obvi-
endure most of it.
yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna go Roman Reigns here, and
Hmm.
I don't know whether Triple H pulls a swerve and doesn't have Theory cash in. I could see that being a possibility, but I could also see the possibility of Austin Theory actually cashing in and losing.
Hmm.
Um,
I could see that.
I could see that, but I could also see Triple H pulling the swerve and not having him cash in at all. Maybe
No,
he comes to the stage, but then just turns around.
I can see that.
Yeah, because they're building it up. Roman Reigns told him on Monday, "I know you're gonna cash this in Saturday," so it's kind of like, huh? But
It's like, who
yeah,
knows, man?
it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah. As for this match, obviously I'm going Roman, and hopefully this is the
Obviously.
fucking last time we have to see this bullshit. Um,
Hopefully, man, and Roman's the obvious winner, man. Like, damn near every time.
absolutely, absolutely, man. So yeah, Roman's gonna win, and either way, I think either Theory doesn't cash in and they swerve all of us, or I think the motherfucker loses the briefcase.
Either one.
And Triple H just wants to run it back next year with a clean slate.
Yep, exactly. Start all over.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's everything, man. That's the SummerSlam predictions. And
Oh,
do
yeah.
not forget, guys, we will be on here tomorrow for the
Yep,
SummerSlam review. So, it's going to be
exactly.
heat. It's going to be a good show, I hope. It's going to be a good review. It's always going to no matter how the show turns out, it's always going to be a kick-ass review, man. I love doing the reviews, and
Exactly.
yeah, man, it's just gonna be fun, man. So with that, that is gonna do it for this edition of the Notorious podcast, man. This has been episode 120 of the news. Thank you for all you guys stopping by and hanging out with us, man, talking some wrestling. So with that, that is gonna do it for this edition of the Notorious podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the news, this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow, right after SummerSlam, with the SummerSlam 2022 official review.
Peace.